Hi, it's Sue and Pete today from the Tilsonburg Library. We hope everybody's doing fine, and we found a new book we wanted to share with you. It's called Must Love Books, Help Wanted Must Love Books, and it's a really interesting little read, and Pete's going to help me with it. There's our story. Unlike most kids, Shaylee loved bedtime. She'd shimmy into her PJs and she'd brush her sparkling smile. Then she'd raid the bookshelf for the perfect bedtime story. Her dad would squish into the rocker with her, and they'd read until her eyelids refused to stay open. I bet yours get like that sometimes. This arrangement, it worked really perfectly for quite a while. But then her dad got a new job. Oh no. And it kept him really, really busy. And he wasn't always able to spend the time with Storytime. So Shaylee had just reached her limit with her dad. And one day she said to him, "You're fired." And she made up a sign for a job for her new storyteller. And it said, "Help wanted, bedtime storyteller. Must love books, apply within." Interviews began promptly at 6:30. And then began the interviews, and you might recognize a few of the characters that came to interview from other stories. The fierce competition in the back scared off the first 3 applicants. Oh no, I remember that story. And the next applicant brought along with her 7 bodyguards, which was fine until Shaylee offered them some snacks. They didn't want to take any because they thought they might have been made by the wicked queen. Shaylee refused to interview anybody else that night. She'd had enough. Before going to bed, she added a line to her job notice and she highlighted it. It said, "Individual applicants only, just one at a time." The next night, the first applicant seemed delightful. He was very delightful. He's very cute. And he was saying, "Run, run as fast as you can." But he was running away with the book. That's no way to be a storyteller. Next she heard, "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I hear the yawn of a tired one." Oh no. And even Shaylee refused to come out from under the bed to interview that applicant number 2. He was kind of big and scary. Even Pete's a little scared at that, aren't you? Yes. So she had to make up a new sign. And this time she had to add, "Human applicants only." And she highlighted that. At the next interview, Shaylee's ears pricked right up. The applicant could spin tales that kept her on pins and needles. And she was just about to offer the job when the woman zonked out in mid-sentence. She fell fast asleep. Oh no. That's no way to be a good storyteller. The second girl was very particular about where she would sit. She said, "This chair is too hard, and this beanbag is too soft, and this bed is just right." She reminds me of another storybook character. So Shaylee had to go and make a brand new sign, and she had to add to that one, "Must be able to stay awake past 8 p.m. Oh no. Can you do that, Pete? Yep, he can stay awake. Shaylee had low expectations the next time around. But the first applicant had a very impressive resume. Her voice was musical and she could stay up past midnight, and she was obviously human, and they got along quite well. The two of them had a ball until Shaylee noticed the sooty fingerprints all over her favorite book. Oh no. The second applicant hooked her right away. His storytelling gave her goosebumps, but he's pretty scary too. As did the gunk between his teeth. Oh no, that's not any good. So she had to make a new sign, and she highlighted this with solid hygiene skills are required. Yeah, gotta stay clean, especially have to wash your hands. Shaylee despaired at ever finding the right applicant. She didn't really know what to do. But then another applicant showed up. He looks familiar. He looked kind of familiar, and his voice was just right. But best of all, he smelled like strawberries and chocolate chip cookies. Shaylee offered him the job on one condition, that all of his work things were off limits. His phone, his tablet, his workbooks. He was just there to read her stories. And in the back is all the resumes from all the fairy tale characters that came to apply. All right. And there's a picture of our author and our illustrator. Our author is Janet Summer Johnson and illustrated by Courtney Dawson. Did an awesome job. So that was a great story. Thanks for joining Pete and I today. We had a lot of fun. So anyways, take care, be kind to each other, look after each other, and we'll see you again as soon as we can. Bye for now.